On April 2nd, 2025, a sudden storm rolled across Frisco, Texas, forcing a weather delay at a massive high school track meet. Hundreds of student athletes scattered, seeking shelter from the downpour. But inside the crowded bleachers under a team canopy, a minor dispute over space escalated into irreversible violence in a matter of seconds. By the time the storm cleared, a 17-year-old varsity linebacker named Austin Metcalf lay dead from a single stab wound to the chest. The boy holding the knife was a fellow student athlete, 18-year-old Karmelo Anthony. What followed was an 8-day trial that captured national headlines, exposing deep fractures within a rapidly growing Texas community. It's a case that has left a young man facing a 35-year prison sentence, a family mourning a lifetime without their son, and a nation entirely divided over self-defense, justice, and the inescapable element of race. To understand how a high school track meet became a crime scene, we have to look back at the events of that rainy afternoon. Karmelo Anthony, an athlete from Centennial High School, sought refuge from the rain by stepping under a tent belonging to Memorial High School. Under that tent was 17-year-old Austin Metcalf and his teammates. Witness testimony during the trial revealed that Metcalf and other students repeatedly told Anthony to leave their team space. Anthony refused. According to police reports and court testimony, as the verbal confrontation intensified, Anthony reached into his backpack, keeping his hand hidden inside. Witnesses reported he looked directly at the other students and warned, "Touch me and see what happens." Moments later, the tension shattered. Witnesses testified that Austin Metcalf stepped forward and pushed Anthony. Almost instantly, Anthony pulled a knife from his bag and drove it into Metcalf's chest, piercing his heart. The two teenagers didn't know each other. There was no prior history, just a sudden explosion of lethal rage over a canopy in the bleachers. During the trial in Collin County, Texas, the defense fought hard to frame this as a classic case of self-defense. They pointed out a staggering 38-pound weight and height disparity between the larger Metcalf and the smaller Anthony, arguing that Anthony acted out of sheer terror as he was surrounded by opposing teammates. But prosecutors pushed back forcefully, arguing that Anthony's hidden hand and verbal warnings constituted deliberate provocation, meaning he brought a lethal weapon to a fistfight he helped create. The trial moved at a breakneck pace, lasting just about a week. Karmelo Anthony chose not to take the stand in his own defense. On June 9, 2026, the jury took less than 3 hours to reject the self-defense claim entirely, finding Anthony guilty of murder. During the subsequent punishment phase, Anthony's defense team attempted to invoke Texas's legal statute of sudden passion, an argument that Anthony's actions were driven by an immediate, terrifying threat, which could have reduced his maximum sentence to under 20 years. The jury flatly rejected it. Because Anthony was a minor at the time of the offense, the death penalty was off the table, but he still faced up to life behind bars. The jury ultimately handed down a 35-year prison sentence. The emotional fallout in the courtroom was devastating. Anthony broke down in tears as the verdict was read. His mother, Kala Hayes, took the stand to beg for mercy,